I've been following Depp and Heard for a long time, and one thing I like to do is figure out who's on Amber's side and who's on Depp's side as far as the media. Now, this site's caught my eye recently because they keep pumping out positive things about Amber. They're called MovieWeb, but they talk more about her and her experiences and how she views things than actual facts about the movies, about the industry, about the box office, about the production. This here is by Jeremy Dick. I guess he's Justice for Mera, and it's called Amber Heard is Excited for Aquaman 2. I'm very honored to be a part of that. Let's see what we got, and let's keep tabs about how much is necessary here about reporting on movie news and the industry and things like that, and how much is a personal promotion for you-know-who. They start off by saying that the movie's undergone multiple release date changes, but it's finally ready for theaters. They say Momoa's coming back with some other returning stars like you-know-who. Okay, so some surface level information for the intro. Then they mention the film festival in Italy that you-know-who was at and In the Fire. They also mention that Little Miss Mera took an interview with Deadline, and they have parts of that in the article, of course. They do say that In the Fire and Aquaman 2 are two different types of productions, and they get into that. But you know what? That seems like a very basic elementary thing to talk about. They don't really get into detail about why, about the writing of characters, about the script, about plot changes. They just feature you-know-who's opinion and very surface level info about that. So I guess on one hand, they're kind of living up to their name as MovieWeb, but on the other hand, it's just a couple of quotes about an opinion on it, and it's not very deep or very educational. Oh, of course, Heard said when asked if she was excited about Aquaman 2. These are very different kinds of projects representing two very different ends of the spectrum in my industry. There's a ton of pressure on these big franchise movies with millions and millions of dollars at stake, and compromises are part of trying to make it the most successful thing it can be. Or compromises are compromises you have to make because you don't get exactly what you want, because that's what a compromise is. Then on the other end of the spectrum is a small indie film like In the Fire, a work of art and a work of love with nowhere near the same resources, and so there are compromises there. Oh, that's insightful. So Aquaman has compromises, and In the Fire has compromises. Wow. I feel like I'm walking away a better person already from this. On enjoying both of these kinds of films, Heard added, the best luck you can have as an actor is to be able to balance both. Aquaman, that franchise, and the machinery behind it, I'm very honored to be part of that. And then there are these small passion projects like In the Fire, where I'm proud to have gotten to know the filmmaker and the cast, and we got dirty together to breathe life into this story. Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what she means by we got dirty together. Sounds like they just had some hot chocolate, played some Monopoly, and made the movie together all night. But what do I know? I wasn't there. There's something cool about that, and I think success is an actor who is able to have both those things. And also, knowing some Simpsons is also a good thing. So that's it. That's the whole article. I mean, they touched upon some things about movies, not only about personal experiences by you-know-who, but if you get what I'm saying, this is a small article with not that much about the actual movies. Most of it here is just about you-know-who. Now, granted, their title doesn't actually claim it's about the plot lines and scripts and things, but they are MovieWeb. I'd expect a little more about the actual movies. And they feature this as related. Amber Heard thanks fans for incredibly warm reception at new movie's premiere, and also Amber Heard's back on the big screen in December. So as you can see, they're very interested, not so much in what the movies are actually about, although they'll throw a little bit in there, with no detail by the way, but they're very interested in this person. Will she be back? What's she back in? What's she doing? What interview did she do? What opinion did she do? If I was somebody who didn't follow celebrity news and I didn't talk about the personal lives and things like that, I'd be like, what am I reading? Why am I reading MovieWeb to find out about movies? What's the point? They're talking about the personal stuff. Now, on this channel, that's what I do. I cover the personal drama. I'm not a movie channel. So this is more my realm of stuff. But that's why the channel's E-Hacker, not E-Movies and Things. But I guess Jeremy Dick here, writing for MovieWeb, is actually more like me, who's talking about the personal drama and stuff. All in all, I gotta suggest a name change, and I gotta say, this is one site I'm gonna be looking out for because they seem to be really rooting for you-know-who. Let me know what you think down below. Shout out to Laura B, sending me some articles lately. I think she sent me this one. I lose track sometimes, but she definitely sends a lot of great articles, so thank you, Laura. And if you're not subscribed here and you don't subscribe, I'll be real sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.